Hi there, David McLeod here, creator and host of the Daily Affirmation program. Welcome to this week's video presentation. Every once in a while, I find myself feeling scattered and unfocused. I have so many things on my to-do list that I can't seem to decide which things I should be taking care of right now, so I end up putting a little bit of energy into all of them and ending up going nowhere. When this sort of thing happens for me, I tend to feel unproductive and unsatisfied, and pretty quickly I find myself feeling stressed out. What's worse, I judge myself as being out of integrity because I'm not aligned with my purpose. If you experience this challenge as well, you may resonate with what I'm talking about. When you get caught up in this kind of cycle, there are two issues that you probably have to address. First, you probably have some idea that if you put a lot of things on your to-do list, then you'll create the illusion of being busy. And everyone knows how important it is to be busy, right? And number two, you end up with a huge list of things that you have to do and probably continue to add to that list as each day goes by. Clearly, this is just adding to the load that you believe you have to carry around. When this cycle happens, there's a good chance that neither of these problems is even registering in your conscious mind. You're probably totally unaware of this pattern as it happens, at least at first. But after a while, if you pause just long enough to breathe, you will probably become aware of it. And of course, with awareness, you can now decide what to do about it. When I finally clue into the way I'm behaving, I go through a quick little ritual to get myself back into alignment. First, stop. It's important to take breaks anyway, but when I just stop and breathe and maybe just watch the birds from my balcony, in other words, return to the present moment, I can begin to hear the thoughts in my head and witness how I'm creating this challenging cycle for myself. 2, write a list. As I become aware of all the thoughts and commands I'm giving myself, I just write them down. This may seem like a lot of extra effort, but I found that it really helps. By writing things down, I'm actually acknowledging my ego mind, and because I'm moving them out of my head and onto paper, that helps to reduce the intensity of the thoughts. 3, partition the list. I look at the items on my list and decide consciously if they're important or unimportant. And the unimportant ones, of course, I simply scratch off the list. That brings me to 4, categorize. Now I look at the remaining important items and I give each one an urgency score from 1 to 5, where 1 means the world can wait for me to get this done. And 5 means the universe will completely collapse if I don't get this done within the next 5 minutes. As I'm sure you can imagine, a surprisingly large number of items end up in the 1 bucket, and very few items ever end up in the 5 bucket. Of course, there are usually some items in the 2, 3, and 4 buckets. So that brings me to 5, prioritize. Now I just go through the buckets from highest urgency level to lowest. If there's a bucket with only 1 item, then of course that's the one I'll tackle first within that bucket. But if there are multiple items in 1 bucket, then I simply have to fine-tune my priorities and decide which items to address first. If you follow these 5 steps, you will find that you quickly get out of the cycle of random walking through your list. Furthermore, because you've taken the time to prioritize, you've also engaged the voice of your inner authority, which is constantly helping you to stay aligned with your purpose anyway. So doing the tasks in this new priority order just becomes much more meaningful and satisfying. May you prioritize the intentions in every aspect of your life and experience the satisfaction that goes with that. Love, light, and blessings to you on your journey.